How do you recognise those people who are the hidden gems within our community? Are they the people who pass us on the street? Or those we encounter as we do our weekly shop? They're the people in our neighbourhoods who readily offer acts of kindness without being asked. They're the people who recognise that the little things matter. People like St Nicholas Hospice Neighbours are wonderful examples of how friendly, helpful acts of neighbourliness really do make such a difference to those people living with dying, death and grief. Meet Holly. Holly is a teacher in a local school and offers time to help others in her community as a hospice neighbour. Meet Rose. Rose is a single parent who recently moved to the area and is approaching the last 6 months of her life with cancer. Holly asked Rose what was important to her at this time. And aside from a little DIY, which Holly's dad happily helped with, it was the connection with others that she missed so much. She felt isolated. Holly helped. She connected Rose with a local parents group and encouraged contact with her neighbours. All rallied around and helped make Rose smile and feel part of life again. Rose died holding many hands, thanks to the thoughtfulness shown by Holly. Meet Sarah. Sarah is 27. Her dad died recently. Despite her loss, she wanted to give something back to her community and neighbours who had helped her and her dad when she needed them most. Meet Claire. Claire is the same age and is now one of Sarah's best friends. Sadly, Claire recently found out that she has a life-limited illness that will make her weak, and in time will mean she will no longer be able to walk. But she does have determination and a very strong desire to live each day. Sarah helps Claire whenever she can. She takes Claire's children swimming while Claire cheers from the side. She drives Claire to the supermarket for shopping. They can often be found in the cinema each week, watching the latest films, and then in the wine bar on the way home. Sarah has that spark that all good neighbours have. She has seen firsthand how other people's actions can have such a profound effect when life becomes difficult. Meet David. David has just retired. Introduced through the hospice, David and Beryl are now good friends. They are both very independent and private people, with a love for their homes and gardens. But since Beryl's cancer diagnosis, she often has very low energy due to chemotherapy and struggles seeing her treasured garden being untidy. Beryl is so pleased to see David each week when he visits to do odd jobs around her home and garden. They have good chats as he tidies the garden and talk about what their lives were like when they were both younger. Beryl enjoys being taken out in her wheelchair around the park to meet her friends in the cafe. For David, these visits are a chance to catch up with old friends. For Beryl, it makes her feel like part of the old gang, and for a short time, doesn't feel defined by her illness. St Nicholas Hospice Neighbours have one thing in common. They recognise it's the little things that matter. They recognise neighbourliness. And neighbourliness is indeed something to be treasured, and it's to be found everywhere. It's there in our next door neighbours, in our hospice neighbours, in our communities. It's in our own families and friends, and in those newly formed friendships which feel like family. Neighbourliness connects us to the outside world, so what can you do? Take that first step. Don't be afraid to make connections within your communities. Say hello and offer small acts of kindness, because neighbourliness is you.